How to get clients for your AI agency. The only thing that determines if you make money or not. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I get clients for my AI agency. And so far, I have received so many requests of people asking me how I get clients from my AI agency. So I'm going to break it down in this video. And before we get into, this is the most sauciest videos I've ever made, okay? This is going to be a full fucking free course or guide, whatever you want to call it, on that. I'm going to break down everything and not hold back a single ounce of information, okay? First of all, why should you listen to me? I run a 30K a month AI agency. I coach multiple people to do the same thing. I'm connected with a network of AI agency owners, all hitting consistent of $20,000 to $30,000 a month. So what I'm about to show you isn't theory. It's field tested, okay? And here are some results. Here are some of the people that are in my network. Here are some of the students that are winning, okay? This is my own dashboard. So what you will learn in this video is how I get clients step by step, inbound versus outbound methods, which are the two methods that I use, how I outsource lead generation and sales, how to get clients basically for free, how I get clients basically for free, which is through inbound, how to turn content into booked calls, and you'll get resources such as script, tracker, daily plan, and how to lead with value, which 99% of competition doesn't do, okay? So here's first of all what I don't do, okay? I don't do cold emails, and the reason is because there's very low reply rate. Honestly, in my opinion, it's high waste of time. Positive reply rate on cold emails is like 2 to 8% if they don't land in the spam folder, okay? So but basically, for those of you who don't know, I used to run an agency before this, a short form content agency. I used to do cold emails and it got me to 15K a month, right? But the thing was, it went all down again because cold emails, like relying only on cold emails, and especially in 2025, this was back in 2023, 2022, it was working better than that then, but now everyone and their uncle is doing cold emails. It's just complete shit, okay? That's the reason I don't do it. Cold DMs, same thing. Like, you can do it. I know I can do it. I have like 41,000 followers on Instagram, right? So I have a big audience. I have authority. I have my page is filled up with content, but I don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to I don't want to keep chasing clients like that with my own user and shit, right? And the reply rate isn't that good unless you have a big audience, which I believe most people watching this don't have, right? So next thing is door-to-door sales. Door-to-door sales is great, okay? It's great if you're starting, but it's not scalable for the stage I'm at, right? Or it's great for your first 1 to 3 clients. After that, it's like, it's not high leverage. It just costs too much time, right? You're going out there physically. It is fun and all of that. It's a great training. It's the best sales you can do, right? But it is very, like, as a fucking boss, as a business owner, you don't want to be doing door-to-door sales, right? If you have someone doing it for you, great, but it's not scalable, okay? Now, how I actually get clients is like this. And before we get into all of that, the idea of creating this free course came from my Instagram. So I posted a story, asked like, what's the biggest struggle people have, right? And people were like, okay, it's client acquisition, getting clients. I have over 100 responses on my Instagram, people saying getting clients. I was like, okay, cool. I posted another story. I was like, okay, what's like the main problem? Why are you not getting clients? What are you struggling with when it comes to getting clients? And I swear, like, not even 70%, I'm going to change this, like 95% of the replies was just crying. People were fucking crying, like, oh, it's hard, bro. I tried 2 weeks. It's not working. Like, I asked you, what's the struggle? Why is it not working? Okay, I see it's not working, but why is it not working? And everyone had the same answer, like, oh, it's not working, like, just fucking crying. And that's when I found out that most people don't have a strategy problem. I want you to listen to this very, very closely. If you're watching this, you're probably 95% of the replies, okay? Most people do not have a strategy problem. They have a fucking gender problem. And what I mean by that is most people are complete pussies. I know there is most men who watch this, right? You guys are complete pussies. Are you a man or a woman? Because you're acting like a fucking woman, if I'm going to be straight up honest, right? They try for 2 weeks, they try for 3 weeks, and they start crying. Like, oh, bro, I tried for 2 weeks, I sent 300 cold emails, bro. I sent 300 cold calls. It's not working, bro. Like they start panicking and shit. If you're not one of these 95% of people, congratulations, bro. You already made it. Because here you're not a pussy. And that is what matters, right? So for all the people who's crying and, bro, it's hard, all of that shit. First of all, before you go into any cold calling, anything, before you even get into business, before you even start living as a fucking man and call yourself a man, man the fuck up. You chose this. You know what you got yourself into. Okay? Business is supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. I don't know who the fuck told you it's easy in 2025 to build a business. It's simple. It's not easy. It's simple. It's not easy. Everyone knows what to do. It's simple to follow that, right? But it's not easy, right? So stop being fucking negative. Stop whining like a bitch and shut the fuck up. That's my first words to all of these people, okay? Now, once you have stopped being a pussy, and you accepted the fact that I'm a man, and you check down there, and you have balls, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up, I'm gonna stop whining like a bitch, and I'm gonna actually do this. Now let's talk about strategies, okay? So there are two strategies to basically get clients. It's inbound, meaning clients chase you. Clients come to you. Inbound, they come to you. Outbound, you chase clients. You go after clients, right? Simple, right? So basically you chase clients is outbound, inbound is clients chase you. Let's talk about outbound first, okay? So basically I call outbound the quick cash route, okay? Outbound is like hunting. You're going out there in the field or in the market and starting conversations from scratch. You're going out there and hunting these businesses and trying to basically do an exchange where you give them your AI receptionist and they give you money. You give them something that they need, they give you something that you need, right? The key is understanding that outbound gives quick cash, but it is low trust. Inbound, on the other hand, gives you slow cash in the beginning. In the beginning gives you slow cash, but after some time, once you get it, bro, it is the most beautiful thing in this fucking world. It's like you're set up for life, to be honest. Okay? And it has all high trust. High trust. And I'm going to explain everything, okay? But here's the thing. You need both, but at different stages. Here is why outbound works. Okay? I'm not saying that outbound doesn't work. Okay? Just because it gives you quick cash at low trust doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Okay? Outbound works because most people are lazy. Okay? Outbound works if you're not lazy, first of all. Okay? If you're lazy, nothing will work for you. So, because most people are lazy. Okay? If you just call 100 businesses a day, you're automatically in the top 1%. Okay? You're already in the top 1%. There's so many people, they know that they need to call 100 businesses a day or 200, 300. They do it for 3 days, get 300 no's, and start crying. Okay? So, outbound, the thing about outbound is there is a little bit strategy, okay? But there is no like secret. It's just raw volume. It's like basically outbound, it's a pure volume game. The more you do, the more businesses you reach out to, the more money you make. Okay, and don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do this in a second. The more volume you do, the more money you make. Because the more conversations you start, the more people get interested in your product. The more interest, the more demos you can send. The more demos you send, the more booked calls. The more booked calls, the more closed clients. The more closed clients, the more money, right? Simple as that. So outbound is a pure volume game. The more you do, the more money you make. The key is then, obviously, to do as much as possible while you track every metric and constantly improve. This is very important, okay? I'm going to get into this as well. But yeah, methods of outbound. So outbound could be cold calling, which is my go-to, okay? It is door-to-door, which is, I would say, is for beginners, and outsourced cold callers, or what I call it, the commission army method, okay? Which I'm going to go into a second, which is like having VAs, and this is for scaling. You can do this from the scratch as well, and I'm going to show you how, okay? So here's my step-by-step cold calling system. Here's exactly how we're going to do it step by step. So first of all, you need leads, right? Leads is basically people you can contact, businesses you can contact. And because without them, you have no one to call, right? You're going to contact businesses. Okay. How? You scrape leads, okay? You can use tools like clay.com, Apollo AI, I think it's called, or even Google Maps, right? You go on there, you search local businesses, you get their email, you get their phone number, you get their business name, whatever you need, right? And actually, I should remove this. Pick one niche. What you should do is pick, not one niche. You should pick, like, go for local businesses, okay? Go for local businesses. Most local businesses are great for this. Of course, there are some that are better than others, like restaurants, dentists, med spas, things like that. Some are better than others, but all local businesses basically needs this. Some are easier to sell to, some are harder to sell to, right? So yeah, basically what you need is the business name, the owner's name. You don't have to have the owner's name, it's not that important, but if you have it, even better. You need their phone number and their email. What I do for my one-to-one students is, and by the way, if you want to be a part of my one-to-one students, click the link down below in the description. You can apply for a call. On the call, we'll go through if I can help you at all or not. If I can help you, I'll show you how my system works and how my mentorship works, and we can get you on. If not, I'm just going to give you some free value and then you're going to get off. Okay, but anyways, I teach my one-to-one students how to get straight to the owner's contact info rather than the business, right? Most people, they call a business. My students, they call straight to the owners, okay? Which is a lot higher conversion rates, right? So yeah, that's a benefit of being in my one-to-one mentorship program. And if you want to apply, click the link down below. But anyways, that's step number one. You need leads, scrape leads. And also you can go to Upwork as well. You can pay someone from India $100. Tell them I need 10,000 leads. They give you 10,000 leads and give you all of this, right? You can do that as well, or even Facebook groups or whatever. But yeah, scrape leads is the number one thing you need. Then you need to get a dialer. Don't use your own phone. I have like so many people, they use their own phone and then they get banned because they call so much that their carrier bans them because it just marks it as spam, right? You can use tools like Just Call, Crisp Call, Close.io. You can use Go High Level. You can use something called Wiki. There are so many tools you can use that, right? And you want call recordings, notes, and analytics, okay? You don't need to record all of the calls, but you need to record some so you can improve later on. I'm going to show you how to get to that in a second, okay? Number 3 is use a simple script. You can use my script. Here's my script, okay? First of all, there's a 60 to 90 second rule, I call it. If you can't pitch in 60 seconds, you lose, okay? Call calling is to build curiosity. It's not to sell on the phone, right? If you're trying to sell at the first touch point, chances are you won't be able to sell because you have no trust, you have built no trust. Imagine someone calls you and tries selling you at the first point. How many times haven't like these phone people, cold callers try and call you and sell you like a phone, what do you call, phone subscription, whatever, change carrier. I know it's happened a lot in Norway. Never have they been able to sell me because there's zero value, zero trust, nothing, right? So that first phone call is not to sell. The first phone call is to basically, here's what I do. This is a rough script, okay? My one-to-one students get the full script, but here is the rough script. Hey, I called a couple of days ago and no one picked up. And that got me thinking, you guys lose calls, right? You guys miss out on calls, which means you guys lose out on customers. So for that reason, I built you guys an AI receptionist so you never miss any calls. It's completely free for you to check out. Where can I send it? Like, see how in the script, I never said like, yo, let's hop on a sales call, yo this, yo that, right? It doesn't even sound salesy. It's like, it tells them a problem. Even if you didn't call a couple of days ago, who the fuck cares, man? They're not going to go back in their system and check, right? Who cares? They know that they're missing calls already, right? So it's like, you create a problem, which they already have, you get the problem out, and then you have a solution for that, which you already built. So they're like, okay, I have this problem. Okay, you already built the demo. He's not trying to sell me a call or anything. It's just a demo that I can try out for myself. Well, why would I say no, right? So most of them say yes, right? And what you do then is, after they say yes, obviously you haven't created the demo for all of the people you're calling, right? And they say yes, you're like, okay, cool, I'll send it over in a minute. Boom, you hang up, you create the demo. Creating the demo is very easy. Go on to 11 Labs, click on Create Agent, and just use ChatGPT to create a prompt, and use the business name, right? If the business name is HRKI Solutions, just use HRKI Solutions in the opening prompt. So whenever it picks up, it's like, hello, Martin here from Martin here from HRKI Solutions, or whatever, right? Just make the demo personalized. Boom, you send that demo over. You can either send a video of the demo, or you can connect it to a number and then send the demo over. I usually just send a video of me talking to the AI receptionist, and yeah, you send it over. Plus, or you send it on SMS, email, whatever they want it on, right? Send it. Plus, you send like a message like, hey, here is the demo. Check it out. You know, if you're interested in not losing any more calls and making more money and doubling your appointments, book a call down below with us, and I'll show you how this can be implemented into your business. And boom, you leave your Calendly sales call link, and they book. And if they don't book, what you do is you just follow up with them. Hey, did you see it? Hey, let's open a call, whatever, right? And that's it. Don't overcomplicate it. It's literally that simple. Again, you're selling just curiosity. You're not selling the product. You're not selling shit, because they don't trust you yet. It's the first time you're calling them. They never heard of you. Why should they trust you, right? So send the demo and then make them open a call. Now, number 4 is track everything. This is very, 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 very important. If you are not tracking, you're just running purely on luck. And luck doesn't last forever, okay? So tracking, what you're going to track is, you're going to track calls made, how many of them were answered, how many hangups, how many demos were booked, how many sales calls were booked, how many of them were closed, yes or no, were they closed or not, right? Track all these things, because this is data. And data, then you have data, you can improve. Without data, you cannot improve, right? So if you're not tracking, you're not improving. Basically what you do is, let's say you have made 100 calls. 75 were picked up. At the fucking first 10 seconds, 50 of them hung up. Now when you're looking at the data, you're like, okay, I made 100 calls, 75 picked up, that's good. But 50 of them just hung up. When did they hang up? After 10 seconds. So this is a pattern, right? What is it in the script that I say in the 10th second or in the 9th or in the 8th second that lead them to hang up? Okay, I say this, right? Now let me change this. Let me try this. Then you call next day, and you have you're tracking again, right? So again, the next day you made 100 calls. Again, let's say 75 were answered. This time, only 25 hung up. Okay, cool. Something I've improved, right? So that's why you need data. If you're just calling every single day, and you don't even know how many cold calls you made, and you don't know how many answered, you don't know how many hang-ups, you're just gonna keep doing the same thing every single day without improving, right? So track everything. That's literally the key to improve, and improvement is literally the key to making money, right? And I'm gonna get to that in a second as well, but yeah, like track everything, okay? The more you track, the more you win. And here's the thing, a lot of people is like, oh, I'm afraid of rejection, or they don't like rejection. Let me tell you something. Every time you get rejected and you track it, if you don't track it, then you get rejected, it sucks. But if you get rejected, like for example, the example I just made, right? 75 hangups. If you're tracking that, it sucks, right? You got rejected 75 times. But if you're tracking that and you go back and you change it, and you go back and you look at it, that 75 people are hanging up, I can change this. Well, all those 75 rejections is great, because they gave you data. They tell you exactly where to improve. When you improve that, boom, you get closer to success, right? So rejection is great if you are tracking it. And that is why you should track everything, okay? This is very, very important. Now, number 5, outsource. This is the stage I'm at, okay? Once you understand this process, you have improved the script, you have improved everything and all of that, you can hire commission-only VAs to do the cold calling for you, right? So I call this commission-based army. This is what I call it, right? So basically it's like a small army of people that cold call for you, right? They cold call for you on only commission, right? So they're making 100 cold calls a day and they book you no deals, or they book you, let's say 50 deals, which is very high, but let's say they book you 50 deals and you close none of them, they don't get paid. They only get paid if they give you good leads, good sale calls that they actually book, and they basically you close the calls. Okay, my bad. Yeah, so they only earn when you do, and that's leverage. And now you got 500 plus cold calls every single day happening without you even touching it. You're saving a lot of time. If you were to do it on your own, and as we know, it's a volume-based, like cold calling is a volume-based game. So if you're doing, I don't know, 100 cold calls a day versus if you have people doing 500 cold calls every single day for you, who has the higher chances of winning and signing clients? The one who's doing 500 cold calls a day, because it's a volume-based game, right? So that's when you can use these people, commission-based only VAs, to do the cold calling for you. By the way, for everyone who's in my program, I've just released a module in the course about that, so you guys can go and check it out. But then there is one more thing that I want to mention, and I don't mean to scare you off or anything like that right now, but this is very important to know as well. Very, 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 very important. Okay, and to be honest, I shouldn't even mention this because it will scare most people off. But I'm not like these fucking gurus just lying shit. I'm gonna tell you everything just like it is, and this is the brutal truth of cold calling in 2025. Okay, and beyond. So the part that nobody talks about is that, here is my opinion at least, and it makes total sense to me. Okay, I genuinely believe that agencies, AI agencies that are relying only on outbound or cold calling, for example, will die out in 1 to 2 to 3 years. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Right now, AI is new, it is in high demand, it is low competition, especially for things like AI receptionists, right? So when you reach out to business owners, it's not that hard to land a client, right? But in a year from now, when everyone is doing the same thing, it will be a complete different game, right? Because then you will start, these business owners have heard it thousands of times, right? So you'll start competing on price, and competing on price is very fucking hard because you'll start competing with Indians who's doing it for like $100. Fuck was that? But yeah, you'll start competing with Indians who are doing it for like $100, right? So competing on price, then it's just a race down to the bottom. Who can do it cheaper? Then no one will make money, right? And business owners will be burnt out from the word AI as well. They have heard AI fucking millions of times. They get called 10 times and the same offer: AI receptionist, AI appointment setter, AI chatbot. What will happen then is they'll start ignoring it, right? I challenge you right now. Call 100 businesses selling AI. Track the numbers of how many yeses and interests you get. And then call 100 businesses using the same exact script. Cold calling 100 businesses, but this time sell, for example, Facebook ads. And you will see a huge difference in people interested in AI versus people interested in Facebook ads. And the reason is because Facebook ads is burnt out. Everyone is selling them for a lot of years, right? So cold calling for Facebook ads is fucking hard, and it will be the same thing for AI. And while we're speaking, just got a new sale for my AI agency. But yeah, cool. And this is, by the way, not from cold calling, this is from my personal brand. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show you soon, right? But yeah, that's my point, right? Business owners will start ignoring it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do outbound. You absolutely should, okay? That is how you make quick cash. You build experience and you learn sales. But at the same time, you need to build inbound assets as well, right? So when outbound stops working as well as it's doing right now, you already have clients coming to you on autopilot. And how to do it? And that's exactly what I'm going to show you next, which is inbound. Okay, inbound. Now I call inbound the freedom route. Inbound is just attraction. Okay, people find you, they come to you, they get attracted to you, and you're where you have to sell or your content, and trust you before you even speak to them. Okay, outbound. Here's like general rule. Outbound feeds your wallet, inbound builds your brand, and once your brand is built, it'll feed your wallet for fucking ever, for ages, without you putting in a lot of work. Okay, here's why inbound matters. Okay, here's what happens when you're cold calling people and you're doing outbound. You're chasing, you're hunting, right? Versus inbound, you stop chasing and you start attracting. Okay, and when you attract, there's higher trust, and that means you can charge higher prices. It's very hard to land a client for 5K when you're doing cold calling, in my experience, versus landing a client of $5,000 when you're doing content and you're getting inbound leads, inbound clients. Very easy, a lot easier, I would say. Okay, now this is an asset that compounds over time, just like a property, right? A property compounds over time. Same thing with this, right? Cold calling will fade in power, but authority never does. Okay, and when you're running a personal brand, you have authority. So here's my step-by-step inbound system. First of all, you need to define your ICP, which means just ideal client profile, right? So that means you need to understand basically who you're selling to, because you cannot attract who you don't understand, right? So ask yourself, who am I targeting? I'm targeting local business owners. Okay, what's their revenue? Okay, what's the location? What problems do they face? What emotions drive those problems, right? For example, med spa owners hate missed calls. Gym owners hate missed calls. Dentists hate missed calls, right? Your content should attack those pain points. Exactly what they hate and what they don't hate, and what they like, what they dream of, here's my thing, right? My offer is not called AI receptionist. It's called 2x your appointments using AI, right? Basically why I call it 2x appointment is because that is what business owners want. Local business owners want double appointments. It sounds attractive to them, right? That's why I use it. Why do I know this? Because I have defined my ideal client profile, right? So basically what you can do is go into ChatGPT, hit like the deep research method, the deep research thing. You can do like deep research on ChatGPT, right? There's a thing to do that, a deep research mode, and tell it like, hey, I'm trying to create an ICP for local business owners that I'm trying to sell AI receptionists to. Please create that. And then I'm going to create everything. It's going to ask you questions. Okay, do you want me to add this, this, and this? Tell it, yeah, I want you to add this, this, and this, 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 and this, this, and that, right? And then tell it to create it. And then you have it. Boom. It's that easy. Guys, it's so fucking easy in 2025. I don't know why the fuck people are not making money. It's fucking crying and shit. Oh, it's hard. How is it hard, bro? You're just fucking lazy. Okay? But yeah, create your ICP. Then create content that speaks to them. And here's the thing, you don't need fancy editing, you don't need to fucking add visual effects like 360 shit, bro, boom, boom, like you don't need none of that shit, okay? Simple talking head videos, go and watch my videos. It's just like a split screen. Me, AI receptionist, me talking to it, boom. It gets me fucking thousands of followers, thousands of leads who wants this shit for their business, okay? You need relevance and clarity, okay? Speak to their fears, doubts, and frustration. Of course, only if you know your ICP, then you'll be able to do that, right? Talk about the outcome of your service, not the technical shit. Don't talk about AI can connect to your webhook and then it can connect to your calendar. Don't fucking say that, okay? Mention that, but that's not your content. Talk about the outcome, 2x appointments, double your appointments, free up time, free up stress, save money on receptionists, make more money, get the most out of your leads, stop losing leads, stop losing calls, right? Talk about that. Show behind the scenes, right? Show demos. I'm very big on demos. I always show demos in my content. Show your systems, show your clients. You don't have to I personally don't show the client that I work with because I have like this confidential shit with them that I cannot, basically in the contract it says that I cannot say out who I'm working with and things like that, right? But basically, I can show, I can show I can blur out their name and shit, case studies. I just did one on my profile, not my main profile, but I have like a profile in my profile, HRKI Solutions, it's called on my Instagram. I posted a case study there. I don't have a lot of followers. That's the thing as well. I want to mention this as well. You don't have to have a lot of followers. I have like 250 followers and already gotten like 5 clients from that user. Okay. But yeah, I posted that and gotten me a shit ton of leads. A lot of people that were interested, and I converted like 2 of them. Okay. Which is good for a user, which is all. I created the user three weeks ago. Before this, I was using my main user to both attract people who wants, both people like, I was running my personal brand, showing my journey, and also attracting business owner at the same time. And I was like, okay, let me separate this user. The big user, which is like 40,000 followers, I'm going to use for creating, personal brand shit, showing like my personal shit, my journey, and then the other one to attract business owners. Okay. But yeah, also be polarizing, call out bullshit, okay? People trust real and not perfect. So stop trying to record the same fucking video 10 times and then trying to edit it perfect. Just post, okay? Then build a funnel. Every post or most of the posts should push the people to a simple Google form. Okay, just like in my bio on my HRKI Solutions, I have like a simple Google form that they fill out, and this is like, want to see how it works? Fill out the form in my bio for free demo receptionist, AI receptionist for your business. And once they fill it, send them the video plus a booking call link. And then if they don't reply, follow up with them. And here's a bonus. You can run like small 5 to 10 to 20, depending on your budget, dollar ads every single day to boost your reach, to get more eyeballs. Okay. And you can do that with targeting as well. You can target business owners. Okay. So that's very great. Then nurture with proof. Once someone's follow you, your stories plus your highlights do the selling, okay? Show screenshots of booked appointments that you have gotten for people, what your clients are saying about you, client results, and etc. and etc. Post client wins and clips of your AI in action, and talk about what you're building and not what you're selling, okay? This builds trust faster than any sales pitch, okay? This is like, a lot of people's like, what is your website, bro? Honestly, I have a website, but I don't even fucking use it because Instagram is my website. My Instagram is literally my portfolio. What the fuck should I do with a website when all of my clients go? Like, why should I send them to a website from my Instagram? Because my Instagram acts as my website. It has all the results. It has all my content and shit in it. And it feels more real, less salesy. I don't do websites. I use my Instagram. A lot of people use websites, but I don't. Okay, it works better for me. Now, so basically, the inbound flywheel is very simple. Once content starts working, people watch your reels, they get pushed to your link, which is the form. They click the link, they fill out the form, they book a call, you close them, you post the win, more people see the win, and the cycle repeats. And that's when you go from a salesman to a brand. You don't have to do a lot of selling. Your brand already sells for you. Okay, just like Nike. Have you seen Nike or Apple or Tesla or fucking whatever else there is out there? I'm trying to see. All I have is like Apple here. But anyways, let's say Apple, right? Apple. Have Apple ever sent you email of like, bro, let's hop on a call. Steve Jobs sent. I don't know if he's alive now, but God bless whatever you say. God bless his soul if he's dead. But have Steve Jobs ever told you, hey, bro, let's hop on a call. I have this new iPhone. No. Or called you like, hey, this is Apple speaking. We're trying to sell our AirPods. Do you want it? No, they never. Right? They don't do a lot of selling. They don't chase clients. They attract clients. How? Through branding. Because they have their own brand. So every big company is doing it, and that's why they last forever. Right? So that's basically when you go from a salesman to a brand. Now, a lot of people are going to get butt hurt. Okay? But I'm going to talk about the real foundation behind all of this shit. Okay, and now this is the part where it gets real. Okay, mindset, the foundation of it all. And this is where 99% of people fail. Not because of bad systems, because they act soft, and they are soft. Okay, the brutal truth is you will get rejected. You will have days when nothing works. You will doubt yourself, even at fucking 30K a month, guys. I literally 3 days ago, I was sleeping here. I was sleeping right on this couch. Because I had so much shit to do. Everything was breaking. A lot of shit were happening. It was just too much stress. And I was getting rejected and shit were breaking and shit, right? I had a bad day. but I still made it work, right? And because I understood that that's normal, right? I didn't respond to it by panicking and shit and crying like most people do. Because how you respond to it determines if you win or lose, okay? Here's the thing. Rejection is data, just like I mentioned. When someone says no, they're not rejecting you. Yes, they are, but in your mind, you need to change that fucking belief, okay? Beliefs is everything. If you believe they're rejecting you, you'll feel down and shit and you'll just stop doing it. But they're not rejecting you. They're rejecting your approach. Every no is feedback for your system. Just like I told you guys, you know, the hang-ups, if you're getting 75 hang-ups, okay, cool, you can go back and check, okay? People are hanging up at the 10th second. Why? Okay, let me change this 10 second of the script. You do it, boom. Right? So take every piece of no or every no as a piece of feedback and take every piece of feedback to improve what needs to be improved and try again. Repeat the cycle. And that's it. Literally, that's it. If you can just keep doing it, it will be impossible to lose. And only thing that will make you lose when it comes to getting rejected is your pussy mindset, is your bitch mindset, is your like emotions. If you're a man watching this, which I assume you am, because most of my people, most of my audience are men, why the fuck do you? We're logical as men. We're not supposed to react on fucking emotions. If you get rejected, stop fucking being emotional and crying about it and be logical. Use that rejection as data and use that data to improve. Okay? And your emotions are distractions. The reason most AI agency owners fail, or anyone fail in whatever they do, isn't a lack of skill. It's a lack of emotional control. They think short term, they chase comfort, they whine when it gets hard, they lie in bed and fucking jerk off and watch TikTok because they're exhausted from getting, they're exhausted from getting no's, right? And if you master your emotions, you will dominate this game. Okay? Simple as that. And now I'm about to say something very sexist, and I don't give a fuck. But the reason there are more successful men or business owners than women is because men generally are better at controlling their emotions. And that's why we have more successful men in the business game than we have women. I don't want to get into debate on men and women. Women have their own good sides that men don't have, or men have. But basically in business, you can't use emotions, right? That's why men dominate, because they're better at using less emotions and more logic, because we're more logical creatures than women. Simple, okay? Now, the harsh truth about 2025, though, is that we're not in the 1950s anymore, obviously, right? It's 2025. Everyone have access to the same fucking information. If you have Wi-Fi, you have access to the same information as I have and as Bill Gates have, okay? Obviously, they're in some fucking secret society, wherever. So not the same exact information, but the real, general information everyone have access to, okay? So it is clearly not an information problem. I mean, you are watching this video right now, right? What you're watching is information. And some other guys watch, it's free, right? Everyone have access to this video. That means everyone have access to the same information, right? Now, what you're watching, or like what I just told you, is exactly how me, my students, and other people are making $30,000 a month, selling AI receptionists step by step. So you have the info, you know what to do, you know how to do it. The problem isn't information. The problem is that there's a shortage of hustlers, a shortage of hungry motherfuckers who will do whatever it takes no matter what. Okay, everyone knows what the fuck to do. And most people are too soft, too lazy, and too comfortable. 3 rejections in and they start crying, bro, I got rejected. Shut the fuck up. You know what you got yourself into. Okay, they start doubting themselves. They're so fucking weak. This little work, this little rejection, and they start fucking crying. They start looking for easiest way to get rich. Me personally, I got rejected every fucking day for 4 years. How many days are 4 years? I don't even know. 360. Let's calculate this, okay? 365 is 1 year, right? 365 times by 4. 1,460 days I got rejected. But probably more than that. Every single day I ate shit. I came to the office, or I didn't even have office back then, but I opened my laptop, I tried making money with fucking 9 different business models, and I failed. Every single day I had pressure from my family telling me what the fuck you're doing, stop this shit, you're not going to be a business owner, blah, 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 right? Constant self-doubt. I dropped out of college for this shit. I dropped out of, I was making my parents like, they were not proud of me anymore. They were like, what the fuck is this guy doing, right? Me personally, is a lot of self-doubt. Countless nights of questioning everything. I fucking cried for this shit. Like when people say I put blood, sweat, and tears into this, I literally can say that because I put blood, sweat, and tears into this, especially tears. Okay? I remember days I was so fucking frustrated I cried about it. Then 5 minutes later I was like, what the fuck, bro? I'm a fucking man. Control your emotions. Okay? Because of this, I never quit. And that's the reason I'm at $30,000 a month today. And while I'll be at $100,000 a month very soon, inshallah. Okay? So here you go. You know exactly what to do. You've seen how it's done. You got proof that it works. The question is, will you do it? Because the brutal truth is 90% of people, like I'm going to be straight up honest, but I don't give a fuck who this hurts, but this is the realest guide you'll see. Most guides and courses on YouTube is like geek shit. Hey guys, that's not what the fuck this is, okay? Because obviously, as I told you, it's not an information problem. You already probably knew about this before, but if you didn't, now you know. But will you do it? I don't know. Most 99% of people won't do it. Right? They'll listen right now. They'll agree with everything I'm saying. They'll nod and feel inspired and wow, 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 right? Then go scroll TikTok again. Right? They'll do exactly what losers do. Look for motivation instead of momentum. It's like saying, I tell you, like walk from point A to point B and you'll get 10 million. Halfway through, is guaranteed, right? The reward is promised to you. But halfway through, you start crying about it and crying about how hard the walk is. And you'll quit because it was uncomfortable. That's literally what's happening nowadays, right? Again, that's not a lack of knowledge, that's a lack of balls, okay? If you take everything from this section, let it be this. You don't need more information, you need more execution, okay? You need to stop being a victim, stop being a pussy, stop being emotional, start being a man of action because you know exactly what to do. You just need to do it. And that's what separates those who want success versus those who live it. I consider myself as someone who's going to live it. Do you? Is the question. I'm going to give you even better. A daily action plan, step by step on what the fuck to do every single day. Okay? Here it is. 150 cold calls a day, 2 to 4 reels a day. Track every metric, calls made, where they got uninterested, how many said yes to the demo, how many said no, how many actually watched the demo, how many of the cold calls, how many of the people that watched the demo booked a call, main objections people have, track every single thing, improve. Okay? Do this every single day for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days without crying and bitching, and being consistent, and there is no way you won't sign any clients. Literally. That's it. I gave you every fucking thing. I didn't hold anything back. But yet, 99% of people won't do it. But for the 1% out there, guys, go fucking crush. Run over every pussy that is watching this, that is not putting in the work because, oh, they're crying shit. Run these motherfuckers over. Get your shit. And that's it. If you're serious about starting this, doing this, and you need my one-to-one help, which I give to my students, and that I help, there's multiple students that I help scale AI agencies. You can go and watch them on my YouTube channel as well. You can watch my Instagram results, highlight section, all of that. If you want help with that, click the link down below. Book a call with me. We'll see if you're the right fit. If you are, we'll get you onto the program and we'll get you to $30,000 a month guaranteed.